Kill him. Hey guys, it's me, Captain Awesome here, and basically Awesome Universe, the YouTube community, is officially back with another movie review, and this time it's of the latest installment of the X-Men movie universe, and that is the Deadpool movie, and I am joined here by some of my teammates of Awesome Universe, and that is Mortal Darwin 2 Comics,
Hey guys.
and Evention.
Yo, what is happening, guys?
And basically, we are pretty much going to go in detail with spoilers. So, as you can see in the title, and we're going to explain to you right now, if you have not watched the movie, go watch the movie in the cinema or on the internet, and then come back and watch this movie review. If you don't really care for spoilers, then just, enjoy the movie review, guys, and everything. And basically, we're going to go in detail and stuff. So, Darwin, you're going to go first, but also we're going to give you the floor to literally say how you felt about the entire movie, literally, the comedy, the story, just the action, everything, basically. And you have the floor for at least 5 minutes, and then Evention can go, and then I will. And then there you go. Go on,
Okay.
Darwin. You can now say how you felt about the Deadpool movie.
Well, I think this was a good movie. At first, I was afraid, it's gonna suck, but I'm glad the story was good. The action was amazing. Ryan Reynolds like really pulled it off to be Wade Wilson, Deadpool. It's really, really good. I really love it, and the story, it's kind of simple. Hero saves the girl and that kind of stuff, but really like the movie. Yeah, I really love how they played with his origins in this one. It's a little bit different from the comics, but I really like it because it's a different adaptation to the comics, and the way they did it, it's just great. It's not like too comic bookish like most movies would be. So yeah, that's actually
Okay.
what I am.
All right, cool. That's how Darwin feels about the movie. Evention, what is your thoughts on the Deadpool movie? And go in detail about stuff that you really liked and everything.
Okay, Ryan Reynolds, let's start off with him. He is Deadpool. I absolutely loved him as Wade Wilson. He was great. I thought he did an amazing job, and I couldn't have asked for anything more from him. That was an amazing performance. I loved all the characters. I felt like they all fit into the story really well. No one was really unneeded, and I feel like they all filled their spot and that they needed. It wasn't just felt like rushed in. This they needed to be there. No, they actually felt like they did need to be there. Like it was, yeah. So it didn't feel unneeded, and I was happy with that. Weasel was freaking hilarious, which is Deadpool's friend and everything. He was a really funny character, one of my favorite. Colossus finally got redeemed from the X-Men movies, and he was amazing in this movie. The villains were okay. I liked I liked them, but they weren't the greatest. They weren't the best of all time. They were mediocre. They were pretty good, but the main part about that I liked about the villains was when Deadpool was taking the piss out of Ajax by calling him Francis. That was like the best part about the villains. But overall, the movie was super faithful to the comics. I felt like it was just, yeah, I just liked how they did that. It was really faithful, and I loved the breaking the fourth wall part. The comedy was pretty great, and sometimes it wasn't as funny. A lot of people didn't laugh, and sometimes the opening credits was um, hilarious, but most of the jokes were pretty hilarious, but it's just some jokes. I love the references to X-Men Origins and Green Lantern, just those little nods, saying that they pretty much like don't exist in the same universe. It's just I love the little references like I'm gonna sew your mouth shut and everything. But overall, this movie was amazing and I absolutely loved it. And yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, for me, my thoughts on the things I really, really liked about this movie, and some things I didn't like, obviously, because remember, no movie is perfect. But here we go. I thought the action choreography for this film was absolutely fantastic. Like Tim Miller did a great job, and some of the action shots, like the slow motion shots, looked fucking awesome as hell. And so that was really amazing. There was also a few other things that were just great. I liked the chemistry between Deadpool, Wade Wilson, and Vanessa, his girlfriend, and everything. That they actually had great chemistry because a lot of people were saying they weren't too sure if him and his girlfriend was like really gonna like how was it gonna work because of the way he does, where he breaks the fourth wall and he's very immature. But the way she is, she goes very well with him. Now, also, Weasel, he was probably the funniest character He was probably the funniest character of the entire movie and everything. There was a lot of funny characters, but he was the funniest. Every time you saw this guy, he literally cracked me up every time. He was absolutely comedy gold and absolutely brilliant. The villains, as Evention said, they were good, but they weren't all that really. I think Gina Carano as Angel Dust, she was a badass, but they didn't really she didn't really have too much of a personality. Francis, aka Ajax, basically. He was basically a very good asshole villain. That's mainly the good part of him. Apart from that, he was pretty weak as a villain. But one thing I gotta admit, my favorite part of the movie was probably the origin story because that's when the movie really, really gets interesting and gets more better because you actually see what they do to him, how he becomes Deadpool, why he's pissed off, why he's got a vendetta, and it's so dark and serious and everything, and it's so you start to really get emotionally connected to the character because he was just this mercenary who had a girlfriend and everything, and he was actually happy. And then he's deformed, and he can't see his girlfriend because he's afraid of what she's gonna think of him. And that was you felt emotionally connected to Wade Wilson. Plus there was other great characters like Blind Owl, his roommate. She was fucking funny as hell. The chemistry was great between them. Also Colossus, yes, my favorite character of the movie. Finally, a Colossus that we can actually be proud of. He was so incredible in this film, and I actually hope to see him in more X-Men movies. This version. Um, Teenage Negasonic Warhead. She was amazing as well. She was like really really cool. I actually really liked her too. I hope cause there's one thing that there was an Easter egg to, by the way, and that was New Mutants, like when she was wearing the yellow costume. So that was really cool as well. But anyway, I'm gonna actually mention some interesting details basically, and I'm gonna let Darwin and Evention come into them as well. One thing that was pretty interesting was, okay, we're gonna talk about a few things now. The Stanley cameo, no Wolverine in the movie, to be honest. There was obviously you did hear a reference of Polverine, and you did see Sexiest Man Alive, and it did have Hugh Jackman's obviously face on it. But apart from that, Wolverine did not cameo in this movie, which was very interesting. And obviously the way the movie ended and the post-credit scene. So let's go through it. Darwin, what was your thoughts on those things in the movie?
Well, I liked he made kind of a joke with Wolverine's name, the Wolverine thing.
Mm,
I really like that. Yeah, also like Hugh Jackman's picture on a magazine cover, and he uses it after the battle. When Vanessa
mm.
moves his mask and he's using it as a mask. That was hilarious. I think that was funny. And uh, post post credit scenes, yeah, that were kind of funny too. But they felt kind of similar to another movie. Um, what was that movie again? Oh yeah, it was something with Matthew Broderick or something.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, I think like the costume for Warhead, I'm just gonna call her Warhead. Her name is
yeah.
too damn long.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, Warhead. The costume is really great, and it looks indeed like New Mutants, and actually what we should have like in X-Men movies.
Yeah.
But no, we're not getting it because of one director. But I want to go on that one. That's for another time.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, and I'm actually happy we have a faithful Colossus this time.
Mm.
He's like Russian and really tall and really accurate, and that's why I'm happy about this Deadpool movie. So, and the villains, yeah, they were just average.
Yeah. Okay, Evention, what about you on the key moments that we were just pointing out?
Okay, so the Stan Lee cameo was really funny. I felt like it's definitely up there for one of my favorites because that was really hilarious. The whole thing of him being the DJ. The Wolverine thing, I think I know how that can fit in with the whole magazine thing because it's kind of weird with Hugh Jackman showing up. I don't know, but anyways, I found it funny when he mentioned how he had to tickle the balls of Wolverine, and all that stuff. That was funny. The whole movie overall had really awesome cameos and nods and stuff. What were the other two key moments again? I'm sorry.
Oh, basically the Warhead, basically her costume hinting to New Mutants, and as we know, there is a spin-off movie in development. So yeah, and also the
Yeah.
post-credit scene. What was your thoughts on that?
Okay, so I'll go on to the Negasonic King Doorhead person first. Pretty much her whole costume thing leading into New Mutants. I mean, I think it's really interesting. I can definitely see that down the road. Well, it already is confirmed, but I can see Colossus definitely being like one of the trainers, and she's gonna be one of the members, and that's gonna be pretty cool. I'm really excited to see that. Oh, excuse me. And then the post credit scene. I found the first one about Samuel L. Jackson really funny. I felt like that was really hilarious. But the second half with the cable reveal part felt like it was a bit underwhelming. Like it was different, but it was just a bit underwhelming. They could have done some different way, in some like funnier way. But no, he's just like, oh yeah. And for the sequel, we're gonna have cable. It's just like, yeah, it's kind of pretty bland in my opinion. That's how I feel.
Okay. For me, I'm excited basically when it comes to the Warhead thing with New Mutants, that because we know the movie's coming in the future somewhere. They haven't done a release date, but we know it's coming. So, and I definitely want to see Warhead and Colossus in that, definitely. Post-credit scene, I found it actually quite disappointing. I thought it was okay when they did the Nick Fury thing, like the hint to that was pretty hilarious, but then they said the cable thing, and yeah, sure, they were telling us something we already know, but the thing is, they were saying it out loud about Cable like everyone knew who he was, and it was like a lot of the general public people don't know who he is. So
Hmm.
yeah, it was a bit that was a bit disappointing. But overall, they're hinting to X-Force, the X-Force movie and everything, and obviously the Deadpool sequel. So yeah, it's great. But anyway, now let's go for our ratings, guys, and everything, and our excitement for the Deadpool sequel and the X-Force movie. So Darwin, your final thoughts, rating, and also the two future X-Men movies you're really excited for with X-Force and Deadpool.
This was a good comic book movie, not the greatest, but a good one at least.
Mm,
And the cable thing, I've been like, yeah, nobody else knows them except for the comic book fans. So I wish they did it like, they had some actor, some random actor, like they did for Thanos, like,
mm.
some random actor to be Cable,
Yeah, yeah, like a cameo, yeah.
yeah, show him what he looks like and who he is, who he actually is. But yeah, only the comic book fans know, and that's it actually. But I think I will still keep my rating like I did on my solo review
Mm.
without the spoilers. You know, to 8 out of 10, and I say go watch it if you can because you're not old enough. Then just look it on the internet or somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Yeah. Okay, Evention?
Okay, so overall, I thought the movie was really great. Like I said before, even though the cable thing, yeah, it was a bit underwhelming and it's kind of like weird to non-comic fans. At least at the same time, he did say the whole thing about time travel, or telekinesis and all that stuff. So at least he did mention that.